Hello student, welcome back to online lecture on Junior Accountancy channel. Student, today we solve the partnership final account practice problem number 3, which is available on your textbook page number 56. So let us read the problem of final accounts. From the following trial balance and adjustment given below of Reena and Aarti, you are required to prepare the trading and profit and loss account for the year ended 31st March 2019 and balance sheet as on that date. Student, from this information we understood that here the Reena and Aarti both are the partners. They carry the partnership firm. Here they asked to prepare the trading and profit and loss account and balance sheet for the date of 31st March 2019, and for that purpose they provide the trial balance as on 31st March 2019. From this date we understood that here the current financial year is 2018 and 19. Now we read the debit balance list. First purchases 35,500, sundry debtors 40,000, sales returns 1,000, opening stock 18,100, bad debts 500, land and building 25,000, furniture 20,000, discount 1,000, royalties, that is 700. Student, here the royalty, it is an amount which is paid for the permission to use the patents, copyrights, mine, etc. for the commercial purpose, and that is we debited in the trading account. That is we debited to the trading account. Now next one is the rent 1,900, salaries 3,000, wages 800, insurance 1,500. The drawing, here the Reena draw rupees 2,000 from the firm, then Aarti's drawing is 1,000, then cash at bank 11,500, cash in hand 2,000, and the total of debit balance is 1,65,500. Now we read the credit balance list of trial balance. Sales 58,200, sundry creditors 25,700, then purchase returns 500, then RDD 800, the next discount, that is 50, commission 250, capital of Reena 50,000, Aarti capital is 30,000, and the total of credit side is 1,65,500. It means tallied trial balance they provide us. Now we read the adjustment. Along with reading, we put a tick mark in trial balance items which are to be adjusted. Okay, so first adjustment here is given. First, closing stock valued at rupees 22,000. So here at the end of the year, closing stock is remains, that is 22,000. Here we give the effect of this in trading account credit side and balance sheet asset side. So there is no need to put a tick mark in trial balance items. Second, then write off rupees 900 for bad and doubtful debts and create a provision for reserve for doubtful debts of rupees 1,000. Here the additional new bad debts are given in adjustment, and also the provision is made for the doubtful debts, that is a RDD in adjustments. Here we deduct that both the items from the sundry debtors, so that's why we put a tick mark in before the sundry debtors which is available in trial balance debit balance list. Now we see the next adjustment, which is the next adjustment. Third point, create a provision for a discount on debtors at the rate of 3% and creditors at the rate of 5%. Here there is a reserve for a discount on debtors is there. This is a provision which is made for the discount to be allowed to the debtors, so which we deducted from the sundry debtors after deducting this bad debts and RDD in adjustments. On that balancing amount we calculate the 3% of sundry debtors. It means here the one more items is there which is related to the sundry debtors, which so we already put a tick mark before the sundry debtors, and similarly there is a discount on creditors at the rate of 5% is there. So here what is that? There is a reserve for discount on debtors. This is a provision which is made for the discount expected from the sundry creditors. It means we also receive the discount from the sundry creditors. It is an income of the business. Here we deduct that discounting amount from the sundry creditors, so we put a tick mark before the sundry creditors which is available in trial balance credit balance list. Okay, now we see the next adjustment. What is the next adjustment? Fourth point, outstanding expenses of wages rupees 700 and salaries rupees 800. Here the wages and salaries are outstanding, it means which is unpaid, so we put a tick mark before the wages and salaries which is available in the trial balance debit side. So first of all wages along with salaries also we put a tick mark. Okay, so here the unpaid expenses there, we give the effect we added that outstanding expenses in particular wages or particular expenditure of wages and salaries, and other effect we give in the liability side. And next adjustment, that is the insurance is paid for 15 months, that is with effect from 1st April 2018. Here insurance is paid, okay, that expenditure is paid but for 15 months, okay, and that insurance is paid with effect from 1st April 2018. It means that insurance we paid from the 1st April 2018. It means we know that in our current financial year total 12 months is there, okay, so in full of the current year's insurance we already paid, but additional 3 months insurance also we paid. It means 3 months insurance is the prepaid insurance, so there is we deduct that prepaid insurance from the insurance. So we just put a tick mark before the insurance, so here which is available in trial balance debit list. So first of all we deduct that prepaid insurance from the insurance which is available in profit and loss account debit side, and second effect of this which is shown on the asset side. Now we see the next adjustment, that is a depreciate land and building at the rate of 5%. Here there is a depreciation is charged on the land and building, so we put a tick mark before the land and building which is available in trial balance debit balance list. Now we see last adjustment, that is a seventh point, Reena and Aarti are sharing the profits and losses in their capital ratio. Student, here the seventh point, that seventh adjustment is just an information. They gives the information regarding that their profit sharing ratio is in their capital ratio. It means whatever the amount of capital they contributed in the business, on that ratio they distribute their profit and loss. So what is their capital sharing ratio? Here we see that in their trial balance credit balance list there is a capital contribution of Reena is 50,000 and Aarti is 30,000. So here we cut the zeros, so we there is a remaining 5 and 3, so 5:3 is the capital ratio of this partnership firm. So it means that is a capital ratio. So in capital ratio they distribute their profit and losses at the when we find out the net profit from the profit and loss account. So here student, our reading is completed. Now we step by steps we solve these problems in next slides. Now we start to solve the problem number 3 of the partnership final account. This is a format of final account which is in front of you. Starting in the books of Reena and Aarti, we frame the two accounts, trading and profit and loss account for the year end date 31st March 2019. Here we combine both the accounts with the trading and profit and loss account. In ledger format we prepare this, and along with this we prepare the balance sheet as on 31st March 2019. Left hand side it shows the liability and right hand side there is a assets. Along with this it is necessary to prepare the partners capital account, Reena, where the partners are Reena and Aarti. Okay. First of all, we post the trial balance item with one effect of it in final account. So let us start to post the item by debit balance of trial debit balance. First of all, there is a purchase is 35,500 which is recorded on the trading account debit side inner column, because the purchase written is already we read in the when we read the trial balance there is a purchase written. So in second column we write it as a two purchases because first column is for two opening stock. Next there is a sundry debtors which amount is 40,000. There is an adjustment regarding the bad debts, RDD and discount, so it must be necessary to record in inner column in balance sheet asset side. Next one, there is a sales return that recorded in trading account credit side. That sales return we deducted from the sales. So now there is a sales return is there that we put it in trading account credit side inner column. Just we write it 1,000. After when there is a sales, we deduct that amount from the sales. Okay. Next one is the opening stock which is in trading account debit side. First of all it is started from that opening stock 18,100. Opening stock, it is a closing stock of last year, that's why firstly it is recorded in trading account.
Okay, next one is the bad debts. That bad debts is recorded in the profit and loss account debit side. We prepare a separate format for recording of bad debts. So how it is recorded in profit and loss account debit side, it recorded as 2 RBDD, which means reserve for bad and doubtful debts account. First of all, we record the bad debts in trial balance. Inner column we recorded it. Next, there is a land and building. It is a fixed assets recorded on the asset side, inner column, because adjustment is there. Next, furniture is there, no adjustment is here, so directly outer column we recorded it as a 20,000. Next one is the to discount, which is recorded on profit and loss account debit side. Student, see here there is only discount is given, so here that discount is a discount allowed. Okay, that amount is 1,000. Directly outer column we recorded it. Okay, next is the royalty. Royalty we already discussed, that royalty means this is a expenses when it is incurred at the time of, suppose partnership firm paid for the certain permission if he uses patents, copyright, certain mines for commercial purpose. At that time, and that type of expenses is incurred, and this is a direct expenditure, that's why it is recorded on the trading account debit side, and the amount we recorded on the outer column as a 700. Afterwards, there is a rent, which is recorded on the profit and loss account debit side, directly outer column. Next, salary is there, it is also recorded on the profit and loss account debit side, inner column. There is an adjustment, so it is amount is recorded in inner column. Then wages is there, it's a direct expenses, trading account debit side, it is recorded, amount inner column because outstanding adjustment is there, so 800 inner column. Next, insurance profit and loss account debit side, inner column 1500. Next, drawing is there, it is recorded to the partners capital account debit side. We recorded it as a 2 drawings account. Reena's drawing is 2000 and Arti's drawing is 1000, so respectively recorded in their individual columns. Next one is the cash at bank. It is a current asset, so asset side in balance sheet we recorded 11,500, directly outer column. Similarly, near to this, cash in hand we also recorded, it is also current asset, so directly outer column we record it as a 2000. Next, here debit balance list is finished. Now we see the credit balance list. First of all, sales is there, so that sales we given a space in trading account credit side. Sales we recorded on the credit side as a buy sales 50,200. Below that we already record the sales return in second row. So here we deduct that 1000 from the sales amount, that is 58,200 minus 1000, and outer column we recorded the net sales amount, that is 57,200. Okay, next one is the sundry creditors. It is a current liability, it is recorded on the balance sheet liability side. Purchase return, that purchase return we deducted from the purchases, so trading account debit side deducted from the purchase return minus 500, so balancing net purchase amount we recorded in outer column, that is 35,000. Okay, next one is the RDD, that is a RDD in trial balance. So in that particular format of profit and loss account we put it a amount of RDD, so less RDD in trial balance, inner column 800. Next, discount is there, the discount is received, it is a income, indirect income, so it is recorded on the profit and loss account credit side. Next, commission is there, that is also the indirect income, so it is recorded on the profit and loss account credit side, directly outer column, amount is 250. And last one, the opening balances of the capital. Reena's contribution is 50,000 and Arti's contribution is 30,000. So student, here our trial balance posting is completed. We recorded the one effect of each items in final account. Now we see the adjustment here. Every adjustment has the two effect. We already know that. Now we record the both the effect of this adjustment. So we step by steps, one by one we see the adjustments. First adjustment is the closing stock, which is valued at rupees 22,000. We already discussed that its first effect is recorded on the trading account credit side as by closing stock, directly outer column 22,000 is there. Second effect of it, it is recorded on the asset side, it is a current assets, that's why in asset side it is recorded as a 22,000, directly outer column. Now next, see the second adjustment, which is a where there is a return of rupees 900 for bad and doubtful debts, and create a provision for reserve for doubtful debts of rupees 1000. Here we deduct the bad debts in adjustment from the sundry debtors first of all, which amount is 900. So balancing amount is 39,100. After that amount we deduct the RDD in adjustment, that is already amount is given 1000. So 1000 also we deducted from that amount, that is, so balancing amount is 38,100. And here uh, both both effect we give, second effect of that we give in the profit and loss account debit side. As a first of all we add the bad debts in adjustment in profit and loss account debit side in the bad debts in trial balance, that is amount is 900. With that, along with that we add the RDD in adjustment of amount of rupees 1000. Then total of this three amount is 2400, and afterwards we deducted trial balance RDD, that is 800. So we get the balancing amount of rupees 1600 as a resource. Okay, so now here we completed the second adjustments, both the effect. Okay, now we see the third adjustments, where is create a provision for discount on debtors. So we already discussed that reserve or discount on debtors, that is a provision is made for the discount to be allowed to the debtors, so it is deducted from the sundry debtors. So now first of all we deduct that from the balance of sundry debtors. So here we already find out the balancing amount of sundry debtors, that is 38,100. So from that amount we deduct the reserve for discount amount. Okay, that is how much, that is a 3% of sundry debtors. Okay, so how it is calculated? 3% on 38,100 we calculate the 3%. So 38,100 into 3 divided by 100 or 3%, so we get the amount of rupees 1143. And the balancing amount of sundry debtors we record in the outer column, and balancing amount is 36,957. Okay, so students, second effect of this reserve for discount debtor is recorded on the profit and loss account debit side. So we post in the profit and loss account debit side as to reserve for discount on debtors, and outer column you can record as a 1143. So student, both the effect of this we recorded. Similar like debtors, we there is a also discount is provided by the creditors, so we get the discount from the creditors also, so that is a 5%. So first of all we calculate the 5% discount on the creditors. So how it is to be calculated? 25,700 is your creditors in liability, so on that amount we calculate the 5% as a reserve for discount on debtors. That is how it is calculated: 25,700 into 5%. So we get the amount of rupees 1285, and the balancing amount we recorded in the outer column, that is 24,450. Okay, and the second effect of this discount on creditors is recorded on the credit side of the profit and loss account. So how it is recorded? By reserve for discount on creditors, and we directly recorded on the outer column as a 1285. Student, so it is a income for a business, so that's why it is in recorded in the profit and loss account credit sides. Okay, here our third adjustments, both effects we properly recorded. Now we see the fourth adjustments. It's very easy. Outstanding expenses. Outstanding means unpaid. That expenses is related to the current year, but still it is not paid, so it is a payable. So here we add these expenses, outstanding expenses, in particular expenses like wages. There is outstanding of wages is there, amount is 700. So first of all we add the outstanding expenses of rupees 700 in trading account debit side, and afterwards we take the total of both the amounts, 800 plus 700, and outer column we record the total 1500. Second effect of this, it is recorded in the balance sheet liability side. Outstanding expenses, unpaid expenses, it is a liability, it is a current liability, that's why it is in liability side recorded. So outstanding expenses, wages, inner column we recorded because another one expenditure is also there which is also unpaid or the outstanding. So Next, we record the outstanding salary which we added in the salaries amount. So in profit and loss account, we add the outstanding salary of rupees 800 with the salaries amount 3000. So total of this salaries 3800 is there, and second effect of this outstanding salary is given to the balance sheet liability sides. Below the outstanding wages, we recorded it as a salary is 800. Then afterward, we take the total of this both the outstanding expenses, that is 700 plus 800, total is 1500 is the current year's outstanding expenditure. Now here fourth adjustments both effect is recorded. Now fifth adjustments, insurance is paid for 15 month with effect from 1st April 2018. Student, here the insurance is paid, but that insurance is paid for the 15 months. We know that in our financial year there is total 12 months is there. Okay, so that insure is that expenditure we incurred from 1st April 2018, that informations give us to you. So from 1st April 2018 up to 31st March 2019, that comes under our financial year. So total 12 months period is that. So total 12 months period is related to our current year, and next 3 period, that is a 3 months remaining period, that is related to the next year. So 3 months is the advance expenditure related to the insurance. So that advance, or we called it as a prepaid insurance, we deducted from the insurance amount. So from the profit and loss account side, debit side, we deduct the prepaid for 3 months of, that is 300. How it is calculated? 1500 into 3 divided by 15. So we get the 3 months amount of rupees 300. So balancing amount is recorded on the outer column, that is a 1200. That is 1200 is our current year's insurance. So 300, that is prepaid, we deducted from that. And second effect of that, we recorded on the asset side, that prepaid insurance is the current asset, so that's why it is recorded on the asset side. Prepaid insurance, directly outer column we record rupees 300. Next is the sixth adjustment, depreciate the land and building at the rate of 5%. Now we charge the depreciation on land and building, which is a fixed assets. Inner column we already recorded the amount of rupees land and building as rupees 25,000. So we calculate the 5% depreciation on that. So how it is calculated? 25,000 into 5 divided by 100. So we get the depreciation amount, that is a 1,250, that is 12 months depreciation. So balancing amount of land and building is 23,750, and second effect of this depreciation is to be recorded on the profit and loss account debit side. So we write it on the profit and loss account debit side to depreciation on land and building, outer column 1,250 we recorded. Okay, so last thing is given in your adjustment, that is Reena and Aarti are sharing the profits and losses in their capital ratio. Student, we already discussed that it is just an information. Here when we find out the net result or the net profit, at that time we share that profit or the loss, whatever may be there, we distributed that in our capital ratio. So capital ratio we already find, that is a 5:3. So in that ratio we distribute the profit or the loss of the firm. Okay, so now here all the adjustment is also completed. Now we one by one close all the accounts. First of all, we close the trading accounts. So here first of all we take the total of debit and credit side. Here we find out that the credit amount is more than the debit side. So here credit balance is there, that is called as a gross profit, and that is 23,900 is there, and the total of the trading account is 79,200. Afterwards, that gross profit is transferred to the profit and loss account credit side as a by gross profit amount, directly outer column is recorded 23,900. Okay, now closing time of profit and loss account, same for same procedure we follow. We take the total of debit and credit side. Here also we find the net profit, it means credit side is more than the debit sides. So here the credit balance, we find out that credit balance is called as a net profit, and that amount is 13,592. That is a net profit. Here the net result we find out, and by the agreement, when we decided the agreement, at that time your in capital ratio we distributed that net profit. So we distribute that net profit in capital ratio, that is 5:3 we distributed. How it is to be distributed? First, Reena's net profit 13,592 into 5 divided by 8. So we get the amount of rupees 8,495. And how we calculate the Aarti's net profit amount? 13,592 into 3 divided by 8. Okay, so we get the amount of rupees 5,097. So afterwards we take the total of profit and loss account, that is 25,485. After that we transfer that net profit to the partners capital account, credit side. So we record it as a by profit and loss account, in bracket we record the net profit. So Reena's profit is 8,495 and Aarti's profit is 5,097. After that we close the partners capital account. So we get the amount, find out the closing balances of partners capital. So here the credit balances we find out. So here Reena's closing balance is 56,495 and Aarti's closing balance is 34,097, and that balance we transfer to the balance sheet liability side. How it is recorded? In liability side we recorded it as a partners capital account. Reena 56,495, Aarti 34,097, and afterward we take the total of both and write it down the outer column. So total is 90,592 is the capital of the partnership firm. And along with this we take the total of partners capital account. So Reena's total is 58,495 and Aarti's capital account total is 35,097. Okay, now here all the things is completed. So here last steps is there, we take the total of liability and asset side. Here we find out that the assets amount is equal to the liability. So it means 1,16,507 is the amount, total amount, where we find out that liability is equal to the assets. It means our final account is tallied. So it means we properly solve these problems. So student, this type of problem solve again and again in for our self study. So I hope you understood about the problem number 3. Thank you.